The 49ers just lost 26-15 to the Houston Texans, who came into the game with just 2 wins and 4 losses. Now the Niners have 5 wins and 3 losses, which is good, but they did not play like a playoff team today. They played like pure pretenders. With that in mind, here are the Niners' grades for this performance. Quarterback, C+. Mac Jones' lack of mobility rendered him a checkdown machine against the Texans' great pass rush. Maybe Brock Purdy would have done better than Jones if Purdy were healthy. But Purdy is injured because he's been running for his life and getting hit. And to Jones' credit, he got sacked only twice today despite getting hit 6 times and facing heavy pressure almost every time he dropped back. In addition, Jones threw some beautiful passes. His touchdown throw to George Kittle was fit perfectly between 2 defenders. Jones also threw 2 beautiful deep passes that were dropped. His interception at the end of the game was a forced deep pass while the team was trailing by 11, which means the game was already over. All in all, Jones is a good, not great quarterback who needs a solid offensive line to be effective. I guess you could say that about most quarterbacks, including Purdy. Neither one is worth $265 million. Running backs. C. Christian McCaffrey caught 3 passes and rushed for 25 yards while Jones ran for 23. McCaffrey has been consistently mediocre for the past 2 seasons. It's incredible that the Niners don't give the ball to any other running back. Wide receivers. D. Ever since Jawan Jennings yelled at Kyle Shanahan on the sideline during the loss to the Buccaneers, Shanahan and Jones have been forcing the ball to Jennings to the detriment of the team. Today, Jennings dropped a perfectly thrown deep ball that could have changed the momentum of the game. He also committed a face mask penalty that negated the Niners' first down. His attitude and effort have been terrible all season. The Niners need to trade him next week. Kendrick Bourne is simply better than him, and so is Ricky Pearsall when he returns, which should be this week. Or could be. Tight ends. B. It turns out that George Kittle didn't revive the Niners running game last week. The Atlanta Falcons did because they can't stop the run. Once the Niners face a run defense that isn't awful, they go back to averaging 3 yards a carry with their running backs. Or back. Fortunately, Kittle is still a great receiver. Today, he caught 4 passes and scored a touchdown. In addition, Jake Tonjes caught 1 pass, and it was a touchdown. The Niners should give all of Jennings' targets to Tonjes from now on. Good things happen when the Niners throw the ball. Offensive linemen. F. Cole McKivitz made Will Anderson look like the best defensive player of all time. To be fair, Anderson is an excellent player. Still, McKivitz is a starting offensive tackle who gets paid $15 million per season. He should be able to at least hold his own without a chip, but he couldn't. He was a complete turnstile. He makes Mike McGlinchey look like prime Trent Williams. The Niners never will win a Super Bowl until they completely revamp their offensive line. It's been the weakest unit on the team for years, and it limits what the team can do. Defensive linemen. D. Jordan Elliott and Sam Okuanu each left the game with injuries, which means the Niners currently are down 6 defensive linemen when you include Nick Bosa, Bryce Huff, CJ West, and Yetur Gross-Matos. The Niners would be okay without them if Mykel Williams were a stud, but so far, he's not. He's an excellent run defender, but he's a 0 as a pass rusher. We're talking no moves, and he sticks to blockers like Velcro. The Niners compare him to Eric Armstead, who never has been to a Pro Bowl and wasn't the 11th pick in the draft like Williams was. The Niners hope that defensive line coach Chris Kasarik can teach Williams how to rush the quarterback, but if Kasarik couldn't do that for Solomon Thomas or Javon Kinlaw, how will he do it for Williams? Linebackers. D. Tatum Bethune and D. Winters both played the run well, but neither could cover, which is a big reason the Niners gave up a 50-yard catch to running back Woody Marks and a 12-yard touchdown catch to Jaden Higgins, who was wide freaking open. And this was before Winters left the game with a knee injury. His replacement, Curtis Robinson, was even worse, which means rookie Nick Martin must be truly awful because he didn't get to play. Defensive backs. D. Deommodore Lenoir recorded the Niners' first interception of the season with 11 seconds left in the first half, but instead of going down and giving his team a chance to kick a field goal before halftime, he ran in circles until the first half expired. That's not even a rookie mistake. That's a freshman mistake. A freshman in high school. And he's the highest paid player who's currently healthy on the defense. Rookie Upton Stout plays hard and is a good tackler, but teams pick on him in coverage every week. He's the biggest liability in the secondary. Special teams. A. Brian Robinson Jr. had a 46-yard kickoff return, which was the Niners' biggest play of the game. He must be livid that the Niners give all the carries to McCaffrey even though he's averaging fewer than 4 yards per carry. Coaches. F. Robert Saleh's game plan was awful. Granted, he didn't have his pass rushers. Still, he was facing a terrible Texans offense that was missing its one good weapon, wide receiver Nico Collins. And yet Saleh played soft coverage all game and let C.J. Stroud dink and dunk the Niners defense to death. You'd think Saleh would adjust and start calling some too deep man under coverages to take away the quick throws to the no-name receivers, but he never did. Strange. Kyle Shanahan's game plan was equally awful. He was facing DeMeco Ryans, who knows his offense as well as anyone in the world, and presented zero curveballs or changeups. Instead, down by 2 scores in the second half, Shanahan kept calling plays that featured multiple pre-snap motions that never fooled the Texans. At the end of the game, when Shanahan finally let Jones lead a hurry-up offense, the Niners marched down the field, but it was too late. But the Niners didn't lose this game because of their game plans. They lost because they didn't show up until the second half. They were utterly unprepared for a 10 a.m. body clock game, and that's on the coaches. In retrospect, the Niners should have practiced at 10 a.m. all week to prepare their bodies for this game. That's what a good coach would have done. Shanahan is a good coach, but today he was terrible. And when he loses, he often loses because he overlooks mundane yet important details, such as syncing practice times with game times or the overtime rules in the Super Bowl.